Wow.
Boogaloo.
Films. Bad films. Lots of films. Very, very bad films. Films. Watch that film. Then talk about it. It's Electric Boogaloo with Matt and Keenan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Electric Boogaloo, the show where we make bad films worse. I'm holding 20 AK-47s in one hand, Matt Bradley.
I'm BAC0N, also known as Meaty, Keenan Groom.
I hate you so much sometimes. So we watched a film called Enthiran this week, otherwise known as Robot. This was Keenan's choice, and I'm holding it against him.
It's one of those films that I've seen the trailer for loads, which was the last 15 minutes of the film.
Yeah, so
which is what you wanted to see.
Yes. If I remember rightly, you found this film from a compilation of just the worst special effects in cinema.
And acting, yeah.
I remember you showing me that when we were first making this show back in 2017, 2018. I was just crying laughing watching this compilation. And you were like, we're going to watch every film on this list. And I was like, haha, yeah. And then you were like, we're watching Enthiran this week. And I was like, haha, yeah. And then I saw it was 3 hours long and I went, oh God, kill me.
My opinions of this film have changed in the couple of years. My palate has matured, and this film was one of the best 3 hours of fun I've ever had. It was incredible. It was the best £3.50 I've ever spent. I've never paid to rent a film, and I'm happy about it, that it was this as my first.
Here's the thing. I think my palate has also matured in the 2 years since we started Boogaloo. And I hate this film more now than I think I would have when we watched it when we were first there. I was so angry at this film.
It was wonderful. A wonderful film for a wonderful day.
This is my favorite energy we bring to the show, where one of us had a wonderful time and the other one absolutely hated it.
Yeah, when both of us hate it, it's fun to talk about, but it sort of gets the anger comes and it's sort of not fun to listen to. But when we're debating why this film was great, when one of us doesn't like it, or what we should be doing, why these films are bad, when one of them thought it was good, it makes for great television.
This is the same. This is like Food Fight. This is Sharknado. This is Enthiran.
Nah, don't put this in the same category as Food Fight. Don't do this to my boys.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Food Fight's like half as long as this.
Can you imagine if Food Fight was 3 hours?
If you gave me the choice of watching Food Fight twice or Enthiran once, I would just watch Enthiran once. I wouldn't be happy about it, but what I'm saying is you had a good time watching Food Fight and I lost my mind. I'm still angry about that one, and it's carrying over to Enthiran because I'm so angry at this movie.
This film. Oh, no, because at first I knew it was Tamil, but I didn't realise it was going to be a full-on Bollywood blockbuster with music and dance. And it was great when they started breaking out into song at first. I thought, there's got a song on this. Then it was like a 20-minute song, which was like, this is really long.
The songs were so long. And
then it was a musical. I loved it.
The musical numbers were pretty good. I'll give you that. They were high. I mean, this is like the highest budget Indian film ever made, to my knowledge.
What was it?
I think so.
There you go.
From what I people were saying, this is like India's Avatar. And I can see the comparison because they're both expensive and neither of them are good.
They're both equally as incredible.
You don't tell me you like Avatar.
Avatar's a great film.
Oh my God.
It's such a
Name
good
a
film.
character from Avatar.
Jake Sully.
Name a second character from Avatar.
I don't know her name. It's Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana's the actor.
Yeah, I know. That'll do. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Is it Michelle? I thought it was Sigourney Weaver.
One of the two. It's Sigourney Weaver because they make an alien reference.
Because they make alien references. Anyway.
It's been a while since I've seen Avatar.
Because it's the least memorable film ever made. God, are we going to have to watch Avatar for this show?
No, because it's a good film.
No, it's not. We might have to watch Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 when they come out.
I'll happily watch that. You know what? You probably like Garfield, don't you?
No.
Oh, that's a good film. You're bad at this. Garfield's great. I didn't like WALL-E the first time I watched it.
How do we have opposite taste? How are we friends? I think the cornerstone of our friendship, the only thing we relate on is how much we like Incredible Bulk.
Amazing Bulk.
Oh,
It's amazing Bulk.
I'm so sorry.
So I'll throw the pen down. Is that a say? Throw the pen down? I wanted to try and make it. Is it?
I think it's throwing the gauntlet down is the thing you meant to say.
I've got a towel to throw in, okay? No towel here. It has to be a pen.
Just pen. So can you tell me about a weird cinema?
Yes, I can.
Changes energy.
Yes, I can. Right. I've given you 3 blanks today because I'm feeling mean.
Rambunctious.
If it's childlike wonder or nostalgia you're after, then it doesn't come much better than sitting on a specifically built blank in the blank of a Parisian blank to watch the fancy adventure film Epic in 3D.
It's a film I forgot existed.
Yeah, I'd definitely seen it.
I haven't seen it, but weren't they trying to turn that into like a big theme park attraction in like Universal Studios for a while and it just didn't happen?
Maybe I've seen it. Bob,
it's the one with the little green people, right? With the, like green grassy people.
Oh yeah, I might have seen it, or I've seen enough of the trailers to think I've seen it.
Yeah,
my mum's definitely seen this.
So specific.
You've seen this, Mum.
You sit on a specifically built blade of grass.
Okay.
In a Paris garden that's like built to be a giant garden thing.
That sounds better than what this is. That's more catered for that specific film.
Yeah. I don't have anything better than that. You need to sit on a specifically built beanbag in a Paris dungeon.
Let's hope this wasn't made specifically for this film because that's just pointless. But it's a specifically built mesh platform.
Okay.
In the treetops of a Parisian forest.
I mean, I'm very into that.
Yeah, that sounds great. It's
almost like a giant hammock.
It's like a hammock treehouse.
Yeah.
Cinema.
And then you lie there and you watch a film about like grassmen. I think. I don't know. I have no idea. Are there like snails with a comic relief in that film or something?
Yeah. Which ripped off Flushed Away. Which is the great comic relief character of the snails.
There's something we can agree on. Flushed Away is iconic.
I will never not laugh at a snail saying charge and it looks like he's going fast. Then it pans out and he's going really slow. It will always make me laugh. It's a stupid joke, but
it's a good joke. Also, you look like the main character.
I don't look like the main character. That is me, mocap. Andy Serkis.
Who actually
got his tips from me?
Who actually played the you?
Good job. I got to Google
because I know it's someone we've heard of.
Well, yeah, because
it's like someone
Aardman.
Like a but isn't it like someone like really inappropriate to the voice acting role?
Informal. The administration of a business, organization, etc.
So it automatically Googled the definition of admin.
Helpful.
It's Hugh Jackman.
It's Hugh Jackman. Okay, that's fine. I'll accept that.
Hugh Jackman, and then the other one is Andy Serkis as Spike. It's got a great Kate Winslet, Ian McKellen, Bill Nighy, Shane Ritchie. Miriam
Ian
Margoyle,
McKellen's
Kathy Burke.
Margaret.
I love
Ian
Miriam.
McKellen's
She's
the villain in that film, and he's putting on such a weird voice.
That's a great cast. I might just have to watch Flushed Away again.
Yeah, I want to watch Flushed Away now. Anything to rinse Enthrian out of my mouth.
Hey,
or Enthiran, or whatever you call
great
it.
film.
So let's talk about it, shall we?
I've got some bad things to say about it. Don't you worry.
I've got nothing but I can talk about things I enjoyed, but they weren't good.
Okay, I'll give you that. It was a really enjoyable film. I wouldn't say it's cinematic masterpiece, but it was very
I would
enjoyable.
say if the film was an hour and a half long, I would be as enthusiastic about it as you are. However,
It's funny because it was so
3
long.
hours long. It's 3 hours. Here's a tip for you filmmakers. If your film's 3 hours long, cut an hour.
Wait,
I'm looking at you, Endgame.
Nah, don't you do this. The best films of all time are 3 hours long.
Are you talking about the Lord of the Rings
Yes.
films? The films that... Fun fact, I still haven't watched those films because... I mean, I watched the first 1.5, but I was shown them when I was 9, and I was shown the extended editions. How do you expect a 9-year-old to sit through a 4-hour-long film, Richard and David, calling you out, my two brothers, who tried to make me watch a 4-hour movie when I was 9?
I had him on video.
Now
It was great.
But now I'm 22, and I still don't like 3-hour-long films.
Oh, just sit back, close your eyes, and listen to the music. It's great.
I'm going to sit back and get angry that I'm watching a film for 3 hours of my life. Here's the thing. Obviously, Lord of the Rings, the regular versions, they're like 2 hours long, right?
Yeah, they added like half an hour. This is like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, fine. And it's a trilogy, so fine. You watch it in
If you watch all 6 films extended,
Who's watching the Hobbit trilogy? Come on, now.
me. They're not as good.
I watched the first Hobbit film in cinema. It was really bad.
The Irishman is nearly 4 hours long, I think.
And I'm not going to watch it.
And the extended Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I haven't seen either, but that's longer than Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah. Avengers Endgame's 3 hours long. I'd cut about an hour from that film, to be honest with you. I don't know where, but I would.
It is quite a long film.
I mean, I was compelled when I watched it in cinemas, but Marvel's kind of a different beast. It's 26 films building up to it, you know. You can kind of justify a big 3-hour finale.
Yeah.
Enthiran is 3 hours long. It's 4 minutes shorter than Endgame. That is my main critique with this film. It's 3 hours long.
If there was time travel, it'd have been 4 hours long.
What, are you suggesting they added a time travel plot into this film? As if this film wasn't cluttered enough?
Yeah.
As if there weren't enough subplots, like the rogue scientists who want to destroy the machine because they're jealous of it, like the terrorist plot that's happening in the background, like the wedding plot, like the what else is there in this film? The cheating scandal, the baby delivery, the teaching a robot to love, teaching a robot honor, the consequences of AI, the consequences of war. Was there not enough in this film for you? Did you want time travel too?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
No.
It was basically a TV series and a film.
Yeah, I'd watch a TV series of Enthiran any day.
Yeah.
It's not a 3-hour long film with it. Oh. Should we explain the plot? Because we've talked about this a lot. We explain what we're talking about.
I kind of want to pay to rent it again.
Here's the thing. If you do, I will, after quarantine, I will sit and watch this film with you. Just to get I'll get very drunk and watch this film, get very angry and punch through your wall. Well,
you embrace the songs and you have a great time. That's what I did. I had a little dance.
So, Enthiran is the Tamil word for robot, I believe.
Yeah.
It's the film's called Enthiran or Robot. Essentially, the plot of the film is this dude, Dr. Vasi Jiran? Oh, Dr. Vasi, for sure.
Yeah.
he builds a robot who he names Chitty, whose speed is 1 terahertz and his brain is 1 zettabyte. And he keeps repeating that throughout the film.
That's a fast
Chitty
robot.
Yeah, it's a fast robot. He's a super advanced, super technologically wonderful android. And then in the first act of the film, because the film does have an intermission, because it's 3 hours long. Have I mentioned it's 3 hours long yet?
No.
It's 3 hours long. In the first act, it's all about him building the robot, him teaching the robot how to like save the day. And then the robot does that, and it's still like not allowed to be sold to the army, which is what he wants to do with it, because it's like not got emotions. So it teaches the robot emotions, and it starts to fall in love with Vasi's wife or girlfriend, Sina. And that's the end of Act 1, is it's starting to fall in love. In Act 2, it falls in love, rebels against its programming, is briefly murdered, puts itself back together, is made into a supervillain, and then takes over the world for a bit until it dies. And that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, I summarized that film in 1 minute. They took 3 hours.
Everything that you want in a film, this had.
I mean, it had more than I wanted in a film. It had an hour more than I wanted in a film.
You as a person, Matthew,
yes.
What do you want from a film?
I want comedy.
That was funny, isn't it? There was some.
There was funny.
Yeah.
I want good acting.
Yeah, it was good.
She was right. Good. She was good. I'll give you that. I want whimsy generally. I'd say this film was whimsical.
Argue it was a very whimsical film.
I'd argue this film's whimsical. Sure. I want good music, which this film has.
It had a rap song.
Yeah. I want it to not be 3 hours long.
Well, it was 2 hours 56, wasn't it? So it's the best film ever made.
Oh, I hate that you're selling me on it because it's not going to work.
You've just described your perfect film. This film.
My favorite film is Stardust, right? Compare this film to Stardust. You know what this film has that Stardust doesn't?
Musical number.
An extra hour.
A musical number.
Stardust has a musical number. It has a bit of Nero dancing around in the.
But is he singing?
Cupboard. He's singing along, I think.
Okay, I'll let you have it.
Well, to be fair, it's a piece of classical music, but he's going like.
Yeah, but Stardust had Take That.
Yeah. This film doesn't have Take That. It has a Britney Spears number, kind of.
Go on, I'll let you chronologically rip this film apart.
Well, no, because here's the thing. The film was 3 hours long, so I can't remember the order of things that happen in this film. Do you talk about things you like?
Should I talk about things?
Will chime in with.
Should I talk about things I didn't like? Because that's the whole premise of this.
No, talk about things you like because we need that energy too.
I've never watched a Bollywood film before.
No, me neither.
The closest I've got to this part of the world is Slumdog, and that's not even close. It's set there, but it's not a Bollywood film.
It's Danny Boyle made it. He's definitely not in.
Exactly. So that's the closest I've got. So when the Bollywood numbers came out, I was thoroughly surprised and I loved it. The first one, the Take Me Back song, did confuse me a little bit. That one was a bit too long.
That was the one in the desert, right?
Yeah. When it was just his song. Didn't like that as much. Then the duets came out and, they were fun. The costumes were incredible. The one that was on Machu Picchu, that was the best one.
That one was weird.
I loved it.
I said that one was weird. I said they weren't all goddamn insane.
I went later. I will go through some of the lyrics, but this is while I'm talking about the things I did like. To be fair, it's mainly the music.
I didn't listen to the soundtrack album and be just as happy.
I didn't dislike the film. It's just that was the best bit.
I mean,
Oh, this is a scene that I loved and also hated at the same time.
okay.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, the mosquito scene was so funny. I had a great time during the mosquito scene, I won't lie.
It's like, this is great, but also why?
My main complaint about this film, I have some others. My main one is the length, right? If it was just a 2 hour long film, I'd be on the same level as you, having a wonderful time. I'm just so angry.
Yeah, if they cut out every other scene.
Yeah. If they cut a lot of the filler, it would have been a lot better.
That, yeah.
But so I think the songs that was like just him, just Vasi and Cena, I don't think those were very good. All the songs with Chitty in them were amazing. The one where it's like boom, boom, robato, robato. That's so good.
That was a great one. I love that one. I was saying, the costumes were incredible in this. I love the costumes. His first song, his 2.0 song was great as well.
That's like the last song of the film. Yeah. It's incredible. We'll get to that. So I have some genuine complaints about the film, other than just the length. My main one is how it treats its women, mainly Cena. The fact that Cena gets essentially nearly sexually assaulted 3 times in this film, that sucks. That's really bad. Not a fan of that at all. Also, the fact that, like, other than her, all the female characters in this movie are just victims or mums. Like, there's the woman who's saved from the fire and then, like, is made fun of for being naked and then dies. There's the woman who's giving birth and her baby's, like, got every single complication with it. That's a line they use in the film. Every possible complication the baby could have, it has. It's got, like, a conjoined twin attached to it, has it? No, it's just upside down. It's got the umbilical cord wrapped around it. And it's named Keenan Groom.
Pretty normal.
Yeah, I mean,
being
you see
upside
that
doing
every now and then.
And having the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty
You see that every now and then. It's not like the big crisis thing. I mean, it's obviously not good.
No.
So that's a genuine complaint.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The plot's all over the place.
Her as an actress, though, she was having fun in those musical numbers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So there were some positives to her time.
Oh, yeah, she was
making
good.
this film.
I'm just saying she wasn't treated well.
No.
I mean, the fact that her final plot in the film was like, we have to rescue her from Chitty before Chitty implants an artificial half-human, half-robot embryo in her?
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Yeah, he wants to create half-robots.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
Robo sapiens is the exact phrase he uses.
That was quite funny, though. Robo sapiens.
Not a fan. Not a fan myself.
Do you want homobots?
No. Call them, I don't know. Botmans. I don't know.
Botmans.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You expect me to write a better script than this? It was 2 a.m. when I was watching this. I started this film at like 11:30 and thought, I'll be done by 1. And then I saw that it was 3 hours long and I was like, Christ, I'll be here till 2:30. Oh. And this film's just so all over the place. Like,
that's why I liked it so much. It was so stupid.
There's these 2 side characters in the lab who are Dr. Vasi's like research assistants.
Are they his brothers?
I'm gonna call them. No, they were just like
They just called his mum.
Yeah, well, that's like a sign of respect in like Indian culture, I think. Like to call older women mummy or auntie, and then uncle for older men. But I'm going to call those 2 the rascals because it's essentially what Vasi calls them in the entire film. And every single scene ever with Chitty, this machine they've been working on for years at this point.
5 years
to like improve and build. 5 years they've been working on it. Vasi's been working on it for 10. they hate this goddamn robot. They're like, here's what we'll do. We'll like paint over his sunglasses so he can't see. We'll try and convince him to drink vodka and eat biryani. We'll tie his shoes together. They built this robot and they're like, God, I hate this robot.
It's funny though, isn't it?
And then they turn to the dark side later on, and then it disappear.
Yeah.
Like after Dr. Bora implants GT with like the evil chip, those two never appear again, and they're not killed or anything. They just vanish. Speaking of Dr. Bora, he's the villain of this film, other than GT, which we'll get to that. He is. The best comparison I can make is in Big Hero 6. Have you seen Big Hero 6?
I watched it really early in the morning. I fell asleep in the last third of the film.
Okay. Well, the villain in that is like not a hero. Is his name Hero?
The boy, isn't it?
I don't remember. Yeah,
the boy's called Hero.
He's called Hero. Hero and his brother Tadashi. Their professor, Professor Callahan, is the villain. Who's like trying to steal the robots to use for his own goals. He's essentially Dr. Callahan. He's he tries to steal GT from his student, who is Dr. Vasi, to program his own robots to sell to a bunch of terrorists.
Like Piggy from Iron Man.
Yeah, Hammer.
No, the other guy.
Yeah.
In the first one.
Shane? Obadiah, Stane.
Whatever. Yeah, him.
Ironmonger. Yeah. He gets introduced like fairly early on, being like, I want your robot's thing. And Vasi's like, no, you can't have the neural schema. And then he's like, well, better ruin your life then. And then he does several times over. Nearly gets him killed. And then he's like, I'll sell my robots to these terrorists when I've put Chitty's mind into them.
Yeah.
And after Chitty takes over and like becomes sentient after getting the evil put into him, those terrorists never show up to collect the robots, do they?
No.
Terrorists are written out of the film about halfway through.
Maybe it's a really slow plane.
Yeah.
So it takes like 7 hours to get there.
The terrorists are just like, I mean, we could go and get our robots of destruction that we've said either we get them by 2nd of April or we kill the guy. Or there's a really nice restaurant down the road.
I think they're probably waiting for them to be, the robots to be brought to them, and then they never turn up. So they just went out for food.
Yeah, well, sushi, anyone? Yeah. I think that's all I can talk about the film being all over the place. Give me more positives. Come on. Right. Fill my heart with laughter and love.
Positives. Right, let's have a look. Right. The mosquito scene.
The mosquito scene, yeah.
Right, let's talk about the mosquito scene, then I'm going to talk about some of the songs.
So the mosquito scene. Do you want to set up what happens?
No. It's funny when you talk about it because you hate it.
Okay. So, Chitty's fallen in love with Sana or whatever her goddamn name is. Sana.
Yeah, I had subtitles.
Christ, man. I mean, I was reading off a script. I had a script in one and I was just reading along. He's fallen in love with her and he goes to visit her when she's sleeping. Bit creepy, whatever. As I've said, she doesn't get treated well in this film. She gets bitten by a mosquito. Mm-hmm. And Chitty slaps it away, and Sana's like, well, I'll kiss you if you catch that mosquito for me and get it to say sorry. So Chitty runs through the streets of India, following this mosquito, runs into like a mozzie den, like a place that's like stagnant water, mosquitoes swarming. And then he speaks mosquito language. And the mosquitoes all have personalities and they all have names.
Yep. Like Cholera Jasmine.
Yeah, and Dengue Susan or whatever it was. No, I think it was Dengue Rashmi.
Oh, yeah. Cholera Susan and Cholera Jasmine. Oh, yeah.
Cholera Jasmine and Dengue Rashmi, I believe her names were.
Beautiful.
Why
is there no Malaria Mark?
Yeah, where's Malaria? Well, it must be like an Indian name. So
Mark.
Is Mark Indian?
Might as well be.
Yeah, he could be. I don't know.
Yeah, Malaria Mark.
It's Malaria... Malaria Man. Malaria Mozzie. Anyway. Have you been injured in an accident at work and need some compensation? Would you like to be?
How did you get my number?
Well, we have everyone's number. It's in the phone book.
Oh. Okay.
My name's Dave. Dave. And I run Punches for Hire.
Oh.
Punch. So here's what we do at Punches for Hire. We break into your job.
Okay.
We find you.
Yeah.
And we punch you into a wet floor sign. And now here's the kicker. We kick you too. And then, when you're kicked and you're down and you've been punched into a wet floor sign, you will run away. Boss won't see us. We won't appear on CCTV for some dark reason. I can't explain. It's a trade secret, mate. But then your boss comes over and sees you. I'm hurting. I'm on the ground. And then he's like, well, better pay some compensation to this fallen victim.
Right,
and that's my job.
I get punched twice and kicked, but I get money from it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where do I sign up?
Well, you give me a tenner.
Right.
And then after you get your compensation, you give me £100. I'm assuming your compensation's like £2,000 or something.
Right, so I pay £110
to get a £2,000 payout, so you're getting $18.90 profit.
That sounds good.
And you get punched in the face twice and kicked in the dick.
Sounds great. How do I find you?
We find you.
Oh, so it's not a choice. You just punch me and I have to pay you. You know what? My job's pretty boring. Sounds good.
Some people go, I do racketeering. I say, I wouldn't use a racket. I'd use a bat over a racket, honestly.
Sounds good, Dave. Sounds good.
Smacks harder. I'm Dave. So the mosquitoes the main mosquito, the one that bit her, has 3 requests.
Yeah.
If you're going to get him to apologize. First of all, he wants to drink AB negative blood, which is very rare. Mm-hmm. It's very tasty. Except that 3 people in the lab have it.
Yeah, the main
Dr. Varsi and the Rascals all have AB negative blood.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare, though.
Yeah.
So he goes and bites the Rascals, and he bites one of them on the balls, and he slaps himself on the balls.
Yeah.
Delicious. His second request is make people stop making insect repellents for mosquitoes forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the third one's the best one.
The third one's the best one. The third one is the mosquitoes want to be the national bird of India. And Shitty refuses because obviously it's a goddamn insane request.
You're insects, not a bird, so I'm going to refuse.
That's the only reason he refuses, though. Mm-hmm. If it had been like a bird shat on her head and she had to catch the bird, and the bird's request were, I want to eat some naan bread, I want you to make foxes die, and I want to be the national bird.
Insect of India. The national insect of India.
It's a pigeon that wants to be the national bird of India. And he's like, I want all foxes dead, I want to eat some really nice naan bread, and I want to shit, and I want to be the national bird of India. Chitty would have been like, done, done, and done. But no, because it's an insect that wants to be a bird, not allowed. Are you Googling the national bird of India?
It's a peacock.
Oh, that's quite nice. Better than mosquito, certainly.
The peafowl, the Indian peafowl.
Sure. So, oh, God. So the mosquitoes are like, oh, well, we'll bite you then. One of them tries to. Dengue Jasmine. Dengue Susan tries to bite him. His skin's too thick. And then Cholera Jasmine flies into his mouth and gets electrocuted. And then main mosquito's just like, all right, I'll come say sorry then. And he returns to Sana's house, and the mosquito's like, sorry.
But in English.
And he's like, you can go now. And he's like, okay, boss, bye.
So either in English or he's like a weird TARDIS and then translates him.
Yeah, because it very much looks like that mosquito is just speaking English. She understands it.
Not even in Tamil, just full on English.
In full English, yeah. I mean, this film kind of alternates between Hindi and
yeah, but those
Tamil
words have
whatever.
definitely been uttered previously in the film, not in English.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, God. It was wonderful. That scene made me so happy. It was well needed after about an hour and 40 minutes.
Do you
just
know
have a
some
really dumb scene like that.
Do you want to know some of my best quotes? My favourite quotes?
Yes, please. God, yes,
Right.
please.
The beginning, what? He's kicking us like a baby in the womb.
That wasn't in my script. I didn't have that line.
They said, put on the TV, and he throws on the floor.
Well, it's like the direct translation is drop the TV is like the phrasing they say, the slang for it, I
which
guess.
is put on the TV, but he takes it literally, so he drops the TV.
Drops the TV, punts it to the ground.
I was thinking the Doctor, he's really romantic towards Sana, that he buys her Stephen Hawkins' book and a razor as a romantic gesture.
Yeah. And Freakonomics.
And Freakonomics, romantic.
Yeah.
One of the songs, the first one, it may be a translation thing, but if not, I hope it's not, because it's funny. In the first song, he sings to his the love of his life. Oh, baby, you are the pigeon in the sky.
Yeah, that was in my script as well. That was there.
Only a lover can understand the beauty of anklets. The best lyric.
I mean, they're shiny metal, mate. They're not that hard to understand.
Ooh. Then we went to Machu Picchu. My ostrich. Female ostrich.
Much later in the film, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'm on about the lyrics I actually enjoyed.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the rap bits and the robot ones were fun, but like, my ostrich, female ostrich. I am your ostrich.
I mean, that's good. My favorite lyrics in the film were in the Boom Boom Roboto song with the, is this Isaac Asimov's brainchild?
Yes.
Is this the magic of Isaac Newton?
Yeah.
Is this some new wonder from Einstein? You know those famous robotics engineers, Einstein and Isaac Newton?
Yeah.
Asimov obviously famous for robot stuff. He didn't invent anything, but he did write about it. I mean, I can accept that. But like Isaac Newton, that 16th century guy, 17th, I don't know.
My favorite line of the whole film. GT 2.0 wants to buy Sana all the beautiful jewelry.
Yes, this line was so good. I know exactly what you're talking about. He goes
to a jewelry store, orders all the jewelry.
Every single
piece. And the cashier's like, how do you want to pay? Cash? Check? Credit card?
No.
Gun!
That was amazing. I'll fully give you that.
Cash, check, credit card, gun. Oh, loved it.
It's like rock, paper, scissors. And like, you know, there was always that one kid who would be like, oh, I'm using a bomb. And it blows up all the rest of them. That's Cheaty with his gun in his shop.
It's almost as good a line as, I want your clothes and your motorcycle. You haven't seen Terminator.
I thought you were in... I've seen Terminator.
I just wondered why you questioned that line.
Oh, because I wasn't expecting it to be a good line.
That was a good line.
I didn't say it's stupid.
I want your shoes, your clothes, and your motorcycle.
I was thinking another stupid line. I thought you were going to say, like, it's almost as good a line as Adam and Evil. I was thinking a different Schwarzenegger line was the thing.
Great film. They added in a Wilhelm scream for no reason.
When was the Wilhelm scream?
You know what? I feel this is your favorite part of the film. Do you want to talk about the various entities he becomes, and then I'll add in these bits here.
Can we please finish telling me about any quotes and stuff? I want that to be the last thing we talk about.
Yeah.
The best part
Okay.
of the film.
So this is one of the helicopters. I won't spoil the reason how they got to the helicopter.
Oh,
but he gets pulled out.
He says,
he gets pulled out.
May I come in?
Yes. Pull someone out of the helicopter. No! Wilhelm scream there.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, and also earlier
on,
on when things are failing, it's like the Apple or Windows like beep when things don't work, like the doom, doom, like the bass thing where you press a wrong key, like that's put in random, like doom, doom. So they added in like cliche sounds. Computer sound effects. The evil robot from the evil person, he falls on the floor and just starts humping it.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got to say about it. Apart from
let's talk
his
about
dance
the
moves
last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
His dance moves are incredible.
Go on, talk about the last 15 minutes, which is the film that, granted, I thought the whole film was going to be about this.
Yeah, so Chitty has turned evil. Dr. Bora has implanted a chip and then makes him evil.
Yes.
Chitty then proceeds to make 99 other Chitties. There are specifically 100. No, there's 100 of them, and then there's the main ones. There's 101 Dalmatians. Also, this evil Chitty has a skunk stripe.
Yeah, Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
Not just a random costume choice.
Chitty has a superpower that he has an electromagnet built in, so he can attract other metal objects to himself.
Yeah.
This is used for great effect throughout the film. Like there's a bit where he uses it to steal all the weapons from a gang of thugs to make himself look like an Indian goddess.
That was really cool.
That was cool. That was a good effect. There's a bit where he steals all the guns from a police force, holds them all in one hand, and it looks goddamn terrible. And he goes, "Happy Diwali, folks," and then shoots them all. But then the best use of this power is in the final act. So all of the Indian army is here to take down Chitty's empire of 100 robots.
All of them.
The full army.
Literally all of them.
They're all wearing no metal, and all the guns are made of plastic, so you can't magnetize the guns. And they've got like lights to blind the robots, because the robots are weak to being blinded. And so Chitty decides, well, the only thing I can do is to turn all of our robots into a formation.
Yes. So
first, it becomes a giant sphere made up of the robots, and they all look like this one human dude who's a real actor, making up all like the links of this robot.
To quickly talk about this. So the Chitty robot and the Doctor were played by the same person.
Yes.
And to give context to what it would look like on screen if you haven't or won't see this film, the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, essentially because there was a musical number with all of them in, it essentially looked like one of the Oompa Loompa songs, where it's like you pans out and all of them are there, identical. It's great.
Well, I mean, I've got it up here. This is what the sphere mode looks like.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one is ridiculous. It rolls around, but it's not the worst one.
Spins, and the middle ones have guns.
Spins.
And,
and it's like a rotating. Yeah. So that one gets outside, and they manage to break that formation by using the big bright lights.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a rolling pin one that spins around and breaks everyone down.
And then it like lays down flat, so the missiles go above it. Yeah.
And then it becomes a tower, which they use to grab at the helicopter. And like throw people out. And after that, they form a giant snake.
Yes.
They form a giant snake of robots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the snake's amazing. Because it's just like slithering around, and then it eats a bunch of cars and stuff, and they're just gone. They don't.
Oh yeah, and then it constricts on the inside as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. When they deform the snake, there's no car rubbish in there. It's just gone. They just ate that car and just atomized it.
Yeah. The tongue is like three of them. So it's like one comes out and then
them pointing out. One comes out and there's two more sticking out as a fork. And they managed to take down the snakes somehow. I don't remember.
They reverse
And they
the.
fire missiles into it or something.
No, it's because like the doctor like
Oh yeah.
deformation, deactivate the formation, and like as in the brain connecting sort of thing.
Yeah, he manages to get one of the robots, hacks into its brain, and uses it to like send a virus that destroys the formation.
Yeah,
and then then Chiti blows up the robot that he has, and that just deactivates that, so the robot is able to form. It forms another like a giant hand at first.
Yeah, because obviously there's batteries and stuff, isn't it? The batteries run out and things. Is it that?
The battery running out, so that's earlier on. That's way earlier.
Yeah.
That's before this big fight scene. The giant hand is like the second last one it takes. Because the last one it takes is the giant humanoid.
There's one in between.
Oh, is that? What was that?
No, I think that's before the hand. There's an electric force field around us. We can't go left, we can't go right, forward, back, or up. Let's turn into a drill. That's
right. They do that. And that's why they become the hand. They become the hand by reaching out of the floor.
Yeah, he comes out of the manhole like, hello.
Ooh, I'm a finger.
Yeah, it was weird.
And then...
Yeah.
I'll get to that. I know exactly the thing you're about to say. They become the giant robot.
Yeah.
It's each like link of this robot is one man, like a normal sized guy. He must be like 5'9" at most, right?
Yeah. Well, leave it. Let's like give him the benefit of the doubt and say
like,
6'5".
Let's say an even 6 foot.
Yeah.
Let's say an even 6 foot. That seems right. Okay. This robot is the size of a building and it's made of 100 of them.
Yeah, if they were stood on top of each other, I'd understand. But he'd just be one tall pole.
But they're forming a robot. They're forming with like dimensions and stuff. It's not even a 2D guy. It's like a 3D model of a robot that runs along, and at one point he's like leaning against the building, and he does this, and then out of it pops up the main Chiti, and he also flips him off.
Like, because the finger is the person.
And then the finger's flipping him off too.
Yes.
He gives him the middle finger, and then his middle finger gives the middle finger, and it's brilliant. It is filmmaking at its finest.
And then they turn off the electromagnet, and they all fall. But don't worry, they all cut up, and they've all got roller skate train wheels.
They've all got Heelys. They've all got inline skates. It's great.
Yeah.
This film, man, it was 3 hours long.
Beautiful. See, the more you talk about it, the more you like it, don't you?
Yeah, I'll give you that. This is the opposite of The Cat in the Hat, right?
Yeah.
Which sadly we've lost to the ether, so you won't know.
The best.
But my reaction to The Cat in the Hat was I started positive and I ended up very, very negative.
Yeah.
I've done an opposite on this one where I started very negative. I've come around to Enthiran, man.
I will give you it. It was very long. If they didn't have the musical numbers in it, it would be quite a draining film to watch, because like a lot of the conversational ones and the bits in the school and all that sort of thing could have missed a lot of that out. The musical numbers helped to break up.
Yes, a lot of the stuff in Act 1 especially is just like awkward filler. You could have cut the entire thing with her studying and cheating for the test, them fighting like the bebop gang across the road, them fighting the worshippers in the street, and then them fighting the bebop gang and the worshippers on the train. You could have cut all of that.
Yeah, it was sort of like to set up that he can do various things, but you could have done it in different ways, I suppose.
Yeah, and then all the stuff with him cheating at the school, that could have been cut too just fine. You could have essentially just gone from like Boom Boom Roboto to because obviously Boom Boom Roboto, that song needs to stay because it's incredible, but you could have gone from that to like him failing his air inspection and then learning to have emotions, and that would have cut at least half an hour from the film. So there were tweaks to be made, but at the end of the day, it was so worth it for that final 15 minutes. Now, this film has a sequel, fun fact for you. Do you want to know about some other films that have sequels? And that's my transition.
Whoa!
I know Ness says we don't need transitions anymore, but I'm going to keep doing them anyway. So, once again, we're playing a little game I've called Sequel Bait.
Oh,
Because
whoa.
Filmosity was too hard to do this week. So I've got 3 films. These are all in pre-production, so none of them have plots yet, which I think might make it harder for you in a way.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be giving you the titles of these 3 films.
Oh, so rather than like last week where you gave me 3, 4 and 1 was wrong, this time I've got to guess what they are?
No. This is
second.
3, same rules. There's 3 of them, 1 of them is fake.
Okay.
However, this time I do not have plots to give you, I don't have casts to give you, I don't have release dates to give you. All 3 of these films are in pre-production. What I do have for you is their titles, their working titles at the moment.
Okay.
Except one of these films is not real.
Okay.
You following me?
Yeah.
So the first one.
Yeah.
From the same team that brought you What We Do in the Shadows, a sequel focusing on werewolves called We Are Wolves.
Sounds stupid.
We apostrophe RE Wolves. So that's Taika Waititi, Jermaine Clement, the other guy from Fight the Conchords.
If you've made this up, you've made. I hate you. Get my hopes up.
Second option, Pacific Rim Evolution, the 3rd Pacific Rim film. Potentially bringing back John Boyega, but not necessarily. Charlie Day would presumably reprise his role because he was in 1 and 2. Your third option, Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, a sequel to Edge of Tomorrow. Presumably bringing back Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, but again, not confirmed. Which of these is fake?
This is a harder one.
Yeah.
I think I've worked out, though.
Mm-hmm.
The first one.
We Are Wolves.
If you tell me that Taika Waititi is making a werewolf film and you've made up, we're going to fall out. Secondly, I know for a fact at the minute John Boyega is starting to film something else. I don't actually know what it is because I didn't look into it. I've just seen a picture of him in the makeup trailer. Mm-hmm. Pacific Rim 3. I feel, because you really like these films, mm-hmm. I feel that if they were making one,
I really liked all 3 of these films.
You'd have,
like What We Do in the Shadows, I think it's great. Pacific Rim 1 and 2, I really enjoyed.
And
Live, Die, Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow, really good film.
I feel like you'd have talked about it a bit more. Edge of Tomorrow. You say these.
What I will say as well.
Am I getting? Sorry.
For 2 of these that are real, I only learned they were happening last night.
I could have sworn I knew there was an Edge of Tomorrow 2 already. Like, as in they're making one.
I can confirm there's not been a trailer for one yet.
No, but I knew that there is an Edge of Tomorrow 2 coming out. I don't know who's in it. There's an Edge of Tomorrow. I'll go for Pacific Rim because if it's not the Waititi one, I'm going to be really annoyed. Pacific
you
Rim
are correct. It is Pacific Rim 3 has not been confirmed yet.
They'll make one. They'll 100% make one.
I mean, they might do. Pacific Rim 2 didn't do very well.
Oh, didn't it? Was it one of those ones that should have been just one?
Pacific Rim 1 also didn't do very well either.
Oh, right.
But Pacific Rim 2 did worse.
Yeah.
This segment here was mainly so I could talk to you about werewolves because, oh my God, how exciting is that?
Oh, yeah.
Taika Waititi doing another film. I need to watch the show of What We Do in the Shadows. Apparently that's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like same, not necessarily the full same team behind it, but some of the same team behind it. Very much the same energy. Matt Berry is in it, and we like a bit of Matt Berry. Also, like, apparently you meet the Vampire Council, and the head of it is Tilda Swinton as Tilda Swinton, which brilliant.
I can't wait for Love and Thunder. It's gonna be so stupid.
Oh, give it to me, please.
It's so 80s. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I want Thor to show up in Guardians 3 as well.
I want Chris Hemsworth. What's his name now? Odinson now.
Still Thor.
No. Thor's the title. So if what's her face takes it, what's her name?
I mean, she can be Thor as well.
If Jane becomes Thor, isn't he just called Odinson?
I mean, In the comics, yes.
All right, they might
In the
call him Thor
films, he'll be Thor.
because it'll
It's
confuse
easier.
people. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Thor Odinson and then Jane Thor or something like that. I don't know, of course.
She's just Thor. If they do it as the comics are, Chris Hemsworth will become Odinson and Jane will become Thor.
Yeah.
However, they will not do it as the comics do.
I want him to become Chris Hemsworth Thor to become a staple part of the Guardians. That'd be great.
Yes. I don't know which would come out first, Guardians 3 or Thor Love and Thunder. Whichever way it happens with the first one, I want the Guardians to appear in Thor or Thor to appear in the Guardians.
Yeah.
I think it'd be Thor first because James Gunn being fired slowed down Guardians 3, but I don't know. Obviously, coronavirus has slowed down everything. So,
Guardians 3 is an upcoming superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superhero team with the same name. It is a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Avengers Endgame, and Thor Love and Thunder.
Okay. So that implies...
It implies they're a two-parter, essentially. Thor and Guardians are the same, like a Infinity War Endgame.
I mean, that's all I want.
If James Gunn and Taika Waititi come together, it will be incredible.
Oh, I'll nut so hard.
This is going to be good. It's going to be good.
We're fully off track at this point. We need to get back on track and talk about making a new film.
Let's make Thor 4.
How the hell are we going to make a new film based on Enthiran?
Right. Let's talk about the premise of this film.
Right. 3 hours long.
Robots, no. Can't do Bollywood, don't know enough about.
Yes. So what we need to do, I think it needs to be a musical. Mm-hmm. I think on this one...
A machine musical?
Maybe.
Or...
It's going to be either machines or something else that we love in pop culture. Here's my thing for this week. I know we usually do 2 competing films and link them together. I think let's just work on a film together this week.
Yeah, it's too hard, I think, this one.
Yeah.
We do something man-made that we love that can become sentient and then evil.
I think I may have an idea.
Okay.
Jurassic Park, the musical. So...
Look, we're meant to make bad films. This is going to be incredible. Right.
We don't necessarily have to make bad films.
You start it and I'll make it weird.
All right. So, the opening number uses the Jurassic Park theme as the music. You're too close to the mic. There we go.
I'm the underscore.
Okay, you want me to talk over you doing that? Because I was going to add lyrics to the Jurassic Park theme and we'd be completely off track with each other. So the opening number is the Jurassic Park theme, but it has lyrics added to it. So it's like, welcome to our park. It's Jurassic Park. Look, there's a Tyrannosaurus. And then over here, there's a Stegosaur in Jurassic Park. The musical.
Whoa.
We're getting Lin-Manuel Miranda to do the lyrics.
Okay. Is it a hit?
This is his next project after Hamilton.
Is it a hit musical?
No.
Jazz.
It's a very conventional. It's like a very conventional Broadway musical.
Okay.
Think like a Dear Evan Hansen kind of thing.
Okay.
With that level of emotion too.
So
it gets really depressing.
We're obviously getting the Warhorse studio in.
Yeah, obviously, or the King Kong people as well.
Or should we make like Cats?
Or should we make like Avenue Q?
All of them. Right. Okay.
It's competing.
So the right. I've got this. The flying dinosaurs are all puppets.
Yes.
The big ones like
Warhorse style.
No, they're Avenue Q style. The flying ones. The big ones like
going like that.
Yeah, the big ones like the T-Rex is a warhorse style.
That's the big ones like the T-Rex are King Kong style. They're the big boys.
Yeah, Warhorse King Kong. I'll take King Kong. I've never seen one. I don't know what the King Kong puppetry is like, so I'll take that over Warhorse.
Hang on, I'll just like the Warhorse one. I think should be for like the Velociraptors, right?
I think the Velociraptors should be like the cats.
I'll give you that. That's very funny.
No, we'll take King Kong for the big ones. I think I know what you mean.
I'll find you that King Kong puppet. Can you name me another kind of dinosaur that appears in this film that's kind of between Velociraptor and T-Rex? Because I can't remember. Like the herbivores, maybe like the Stegosauruses and the Triceratops. They could be doing the Warhorse style. It's all about like the intricate
the horse size.
King Kong puppet. I will find you a picture of it because it's amazing.
Yeah,
they won a special Tony for best big old monkey. Essentially.
Before we talk about the plot and who's in it, I'd like to add that this is let's have a look at this.
King Kong puppet.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Apparently the musical itself is terrible, but watching the puppet move is like unbelievable.
This musical goes through time. So it starts with the beginning of the dinosaurs, but it also goes to in Act 2 it goes to the Ice Age. Okay. And then everyone's ice skating.
Where are you going with this?
Everyone's ice skating.
Oh my god. I thought you were going to be suggesting that this film crosses over with the Ice Age franchise.
I mean, it can do if you want to, but as long as they're ice skating.
Okay. So
thank you. That's all I needed to interject.
So here's my thing. Act 1 is just the plot of Jurassic Park up to where the dinosaurs all get loose.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then Act 2 is...
When is it set?
It's set... When was Jurassic Park set?
It was set the year it came. It was set like the time.
Yeah, so like 91 or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Can we go back a little bit and make it 80 so the music can be like 80s music?
Yes, for sure. 80s, yeah. It's set in the 80s. It's our musical. We don't need to be exactly right. It's set in the 80s. I think Jurassic Park might have been the 80s.
It was 80s, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
It's either 80s or early 90s. So that's
93.
80s enough. Well, we'll make it 87. Why not?
Why not just pick 6 years? Different.
Yeah, why not?
We like the Back to the Future music.
Act 2, we cross over with 2 franchises.
Can it be a 2-parter?
We're not doing a Cursed Child with this.
Okay, carry on.
Unless we are.
It's up to you.
Unless we are, I don't know. We're not even making a film. We're making a stage musical that will then be filmed and released on Disney Plus like Hamilton. There we go. That's how we justify it.
Yeah.
So, Act 2, here's how I see it.
Yes.
It starts off by crossing over with Batman and Robin. Mr. Freeze comes in and he freezes the shit out of everything.
Freezes the dinosaurs?
Yes.
Okay.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. And then he freezes the stage and the dinosaurs are fine. And he's like, oh no, it was actually the meteor. And then he leaves. Mm-hmm. But then the stage is icy. And so now everyone's ice skating.
Yes.
And so it's the plot of the second act of Jurassic Park where everyone's trying to escape the dinosaurs. You have the famous scenes with like the T-Rex chasing the guy down. The guy in the bathroom gets eaten and he gets a ballad before he dies.
Yeah.
The Velociraptors do a Cats number.
Yes.
And that's it's called Clever Girl. But it's actually the scene. It's actually the scene in the kitchen with the water cup shaking.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's Clever Girl reprise, and the Clever Girl is actually the scene where the guy dies. Who's to say?
You make it.
Meanwhile, this film is also every other scene is the plot of the first Ice Age movie.
So, like in Ice Age,
concurrently,
they break up the film by having to scrap little bits. But this one breaks up Jurassic Park by showing the scene.
By showing the plot of Ice Age. However, the Ice Age scenes are also broken up by having scraps. So it's scene 1 is of Act 2. It's like scene 1 is Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Scene 2 is scene 2A is Ice Age. Scene 2B is Scrat. Scene 2C is Ice Age. Scene 3 is Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Act 2 is 2 hours longer than Act 1. This musical is 3 hours long because it's 3 hours long.
Like this. Can I make it more dramatic?
Please do.
So this was how I wanted to make a Titanic musical, right? Not even seen the film, but I know what happens because you know it's real. But I'm happy to pass the baton into this.
There is a Titanic musical.
Yeah, but good, but better. So, Jurassic Park, Ice Age, freezes. Then guess what? Like in Titanic, the ice breaks. Oh wow! Now the
I'll be rude,
synchros.
Chief. I didn't hear much of what you said.
Can you hear me now? What is happening? Right. I'm going to say it again, just in case.
Please summarize what you just said. That was my
so
internet. I apologize.
It might have been me. Jurassic Park starts.
It's me. It was definitely me.
Jurassic Park starts.
Yeah.
And then it goes on ice again with the Ice Age. But like in Titanic, the ice melts.
Thanks
and
to
now
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
they're all synchronized swimmers.
Amazing.
So it'll become like a circus musical.
So like the final confrontation.
Yeah.
Final confrontation of the T-Rex versus the Velociraptors.
All in water.
It's
All
happening in a big
trapeze.
pool of water.
Either synchronized swimmers or they're all trapeze artists, so they don't want to go in the water because they'll drown.
The Velociraptors are trapeze artists, and the T-Rex one is just half submerged in water.
Yeah.
You have to build a new one every single night because it keeps getting ruined.
There you go. Perfect. Should we cast it?
And then, okay, so
Unless you've got more for the plot.
playing Philip Hammond, who's the owner of the park. No. It's just Ice Age and Jurassic Park. We call it Jurassic Park Age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So playing Philip Hammond is going to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right, yeah.
He probably can't sing. Who cares?
I feel like he's the kind of person who can.
Playing the Jeff Goldblum part.
If it's not, it's Jeff Goldblum.
Really, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
You can't replace him.
Yeah.
And then Laura Dern's part will be played by. I want to get like an actual Broadway star for this one, so that's going to be Idina Menzel.
Okay. I thought you said an actual Broadway star.
I mean, very much she won Tonys and stuff.
Yeah, Idina Menzel.
All right, fine. If you're that picky about it, we'll get Christ above. We'll get Amber Gray then. All right, God.
I don't even know that is.
Amber Gray's in Hades Town. She plays Persephone. She's amazing. Actually, I would rather have her than Idina Menzel. It's Amber Gray playing Laura Dern's part. There we go. And then the other main male guy, who I've forgotten the name of, he's going to be played by Ben Platt.
Okay.
There's our other big Broadway star.
Can Josh Gad be Sid, please?
Yes, absolutely. The mammoth, Manny, that's going to be Ray Romano because no one else can play that role.
I was going to... Goodman. John Goodman.
I mean, John Goodman could play whatever role he wants.
But yeah,
and in fact, he will be playing Scrat. But
who's playing Diego?
Diego's Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi's got to be Sid, though. Because he looks like Sid.
I thought you said...
I know, I like Josh Gad, but Steve Buscemi... Nah, he could be both.
Okay,
he could be
Steve
both.
Buscemi can be Sid.
Josh
Gad could be both of the children in Jurassic Park.
No, he's the two possums.
They're not in the first Ice Age.
They're going to be in this one.
No, they're not.
He's both possums.
Josh Gad's going to be...
He's both possums as puppets.
Well, here's the thing. He's playing both of the children in Jurassic Park, and then he's also playing the possums in Ice Age.
Sorry, yeah. I thought you meant like both children in Ice Age. I thought there's only one.
There's only one who is going to be played by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah? Yeah? He's in every one of his shows.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
He's playing the main part, the baby in Ice Age.
So just to clarify, we'll go through this cast.
Yeah.
We've got
Samuel L. Jackson as Philip Hammond.
Yeah. We have Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum as his character. We have Amber Gray as Laura Dern's character.
Yep.
We have Ben Platt as the other male guy.
We have Steve Buscemi.
We have Josh Gad playing the kids.
Yeah, that's Jurassic Park.
That's your Jurassic Park cast.
Yeah.
Also, the
Buscemi-
Velociraptors will be played by any extra from Cats.
and James Earl Jones does the voice
Yes.
of the
one
T-Rex.
One of the Velociraptors, and she's totally accredited for this, is Taylor Swift. And it's the only Velociraptor with tits.
Okay. Yeah.
Going over to Ice Age.
Steve Buscemi as
Ray
Sid.
Romano is playing Manny. Steve Buscemi is Sid.
He's the only one without a costume or a puppet. He's just him. Because he looks like Sid the Sloth.
And he's just like walking around. He's not even affected by the ice. He's just walking around.
Can it be
fine.
Steve Buscemi, but with the voice of Christopher Walken?
That's too much.
Is it? Have you seen the cast?
I would die. I think Christopher Walken can be in it.
Who can he
I think
be
he
in?
could play one of the evil saber-toothed tigers in Ice Age.
Okay.
No, better idea. He's playing the T-Rex. So he's like, roar!
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a T-Rex.
James Earl Jones is too strong a voice actor for this.
He's voicing the Velociraptors.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sid is Steve Buscemi, Manny is Ray Romano, Diego is Antonio Banderas, did we say?
Yeah.
And then the baby is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Stereotypes.
The possums are also Josh Gad.
Yeah.
No, and then
Josh Gad's playing the kids, and the kids he's playing have the puppets of the possums.
Yes. The kids and the possums are both there in
he does
both
like
versions.
the old school
He's the
like
crossover.
half.
Oh, it's a Victor Victoria thing going on.
Yeah. That's what he's done.
And
With both
then
children.
playing the family of the child is
A different family in the audience every night.
I was going to say the cast of 6.
Which one though?
The original London cast.
Okay.
I don't know.
What?
The one that the soundtrack's of. I don't know, man.
Oh, the Edinburgh one.
I've not seen it. I'm not like
yeah.
you. I haven't seen it twice. You've seen it twice, haven't you?
Yeah. I also work where it's shown. So,
Yeah.
I think it should be a different audience.
I work at an airport. I don't fly everywhere all the time. Christ.
I think it should be like Panto, where they just pick random people every show.
Yeah. It's yeah, I like that actually. It's just a random family from the audience have to take Lin-Manuel Miranda home and give him dinner. So that's Jurassic Park age.
That's the worst one we've ever done.
Yeah, by far.
What we've
This is
learned
what happens when we work together on a
is well, it was really hard to find something that would actually we could pitch for this one. Because a robot film is a robot film, isn't it? And a Tamil film we've got no knowledge of to make a Tamil film. Like we have knowledge of any other film.
We
but,
couldn't make a Bollywood film.
No.
Granted, we have more knowledge of Western films than we do of
There you go. You know what? That musical is going to be the winner of the 2032 Tonys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, if the band's visit is quite good. I just don't like it.
We're getting Lynn his EGOT because this is going to be
by winning him another Tony. What are you talking?
No, he has to win his Oscar. So this
and he's going to win it for the film version of this.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that happens.
Well, it might be in 2032.
Filmed musical. Well,
no, we're going to make a film adaptation of it.
Oh, okay. With exactly the same cast.
But yeah. Well, Netflix films win stuff now. So there's thoughts.
Okay.
There's thoughts that technically the Hamilton recording could be up for an Oscar, and his In the Heights film could be as well. So there's hope.
Well, it's In the Heights film's like a film. So
yeah. So there's hope with those two because he didn't win Moana.
Yes, or Mary Poppins Returns.
Yeah. There you go.
So that's going to be the end of the episode. We're going to cut our episode at 1 hour and 15-ish, I guess, because we're not the makers of Enthiran and we're not making a 3-hour long episode.
We are. I'm going to draw this out to 3 hours. So
I will punch you in the face. I will do, because you know how he can like stretch his neck at points in this film? I'm going to do it with my arms and reach over to where you are and just bitch slap you. Never again with a 3-hour long film, Keenan. Never again.
Next week's great film. I can't wait.
God, it's gonna be a lot too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you enjoyed this episode, and I'd be baffled if you did, please subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment, share it with your mates. We've been enjoying making the show, and Keenan's giving himself a blue eye. Any explanation for that?
That was for my outro.
Oh, this is your outro?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have an idea for the outro. I know I usually let you do the famous outro for the show, but I have an idea for the outro.
I've just turned myself to the side.
So what I'm going to say for the outro is, I think since we've come back from the reboot, you could call this version of the show Electric Boogaloo 2.0. So I'd say we had Electric Boogaloo 1.0 and a 1.1 and a 1.2 and a 1.3, 1.4 and a 1.5 and a 1.6 and a 1.7 and a 1.8. 2.0, Electric Boogaloo 2.0. Hi.